This is rank 2 in the world against rank 3 in the world. This is the best human against the best night elf. Everything is lined up. Who's gonna reach the final? Once again, for people tuning in now and who weren't watching the stream, if 40 wins, he's in the final. If Life wins 2 and 1, Infi is in the final, due to this being a round robin group stage and Infi having the better map score. If Life wins 2 and 0, he's in the final. So let's get it on, everybody. Human versus Night Elf, best of 3 for the final. And I can assure you that this is no Pally rifle yet. Against Night Elf, never been that strong. And what's Life approach to playing versus human? I would assume it's mostly Demon Hunter Naga / Panda Dryad Bears. But oh, how I eat my words! He's displaying a Warden already. This didn't really work against Infi, so I thought he'd be switching it up now. Because it was hard countered. Infi hard countered this quite a bit, but I would assume that 40 is playing differently than an Infi does. The big thing in the early game was Infi starting with the laboratory creep. As you know that the Warden will be creeping herself. And this is again what's happening here with this camp into this camp. And maybe they know Life this well that you can go for the lab because of it.
A player's forces are
but
under
no,
attack.
We go to the side. And that will be an expansion. Probably. It's 40. He loves expansions. And then this is a target point for the Warden. I think this is already, just from the creep route, a very different game than when Life was defeated by Infi and showed some weaknesses. This playing in his favor. I was very angry with Life before, putting himself into a wonderful position versus Happy and then throwing it. Also versus Infi. Wasn't clean. The match against Lin certainly was. He gets a little gift from the gods of the item with the Ring of Regeneration. You save some moon juice, can then convert it into mana. More mana is more spells are more damage. And that's exactly what you need in a situation like this. Archmage is the counter player in the hands of Fortitude. He's been incredibly disruptive, distractive, buying time for this expansion basically. It was already a surprise to see Infi playing this on one base, seeing 40 on one base. Yeah, he does it from time to time, especially with a Blood Mage follow-up, but that is a different case because that's mostly against the Demon Hunter. Warden got the circlet. That is circletly quite nice. Is the Dark Ranger not good for Night Elf versus Human? This was played in the past, but humans got a lot better in controlling their footmen and militia. And Dark Ranger is only good when you can kill a lot with Black Arrow on. Unfortunately for the Dark Ranger, Black Arrow only has like +2 damage per shot, which is really not good. And so it's hard to kill units. And if you don't kill units, you don't get skeletons. And then the Dark Ranger is just very, very meh. Also, water elementals are good against skeletons. Humans got better at creeping. As you see, the militia were creeping at the same time. Don't need the support of footmen and archmages. And then water elementals are level 2. And water elementals level 2 pretty much... Yeah, I would say water elementals level 2 destroy everything in the early game. Am I missing something? They are really good, is what I'm saying. Warden has some issues reaching level 3. Inventory is fantastic. But you want... Ideally, you want to be in Fortitude's face already, because this expo has not been touched. The workers have not been touched. I missed the sub, and I'm very sorry for that. Salorith for the 2 years. I missed your 2-year anniversary. I'm such a bad streamer. I'm such a horrible, horrible streamer. And then I wonder why I don't have a parasocial relationship with my viewers. Mea culpa. Mea culpa is not something 40 says. A, I doubt he knows Latin. B, I don't think he's apologetic here for the disruption he's causing. 40 wanted to lure them into the creeps, but the creeps are gone already. Solid damage. It is also converting to kills, which is very interesting. We see Shadow Strike for more crowd control and more damage. And this is not deny. Oh, Warden level 3. That can punish the Archmage hard now. I love to see this. I want to call it new. It's not really new. The rediscovered way of playing a Warden with crazy emphasis on Shadow Strike. Life slipping a bit here. Losing the lore. I don't even know if he counters it. Did he not cancel the lore? He has a lot of lumber. I would be surprised if he didn't, but I didn't see a wisp. Wild Brawl. This is pro stability for Fortitude due to Expo and tech running. This is pro life. In favor of life. Because the Warden is able to level more than half a level. But without Dryads and without Bears, this is getting tricky. What's the Warden's second ability? Do they save? Warden has 4 abilities as every hero. Second ability could be Blink, which is a teleport, or Fan of Knives, which is damage around the Warden in a circle. Both can be very good. Ultimate is fantastic. But Warden needs to accelerate. And at some point, you have to destroy the human economy. How is that supposed to work? Life needs a shredder due to all the dispels. I love how disruptive Fortitude is. He's just straight up back. He knows that he doesn't gain anything from creeping right now. He has the big Invo potion. Would love to see a staff actually, but he is so rich he can afford a town portal for sure. And that's another cancel. Oh, this production is wrecked, man. The tier 3 is late. Can't even bank on a big bear timing or precise bear timing. It's the start of daytime, so these moonwells will not regenerate for a long time. Warden got more HP, which will be nice against the potential future Mountain King, but you cannot afford to lose the Shredder now. Warden is out of mana. A Fan of Knives would be amazing to get a lot of kills, but she can't reach and she doesn't have the spells, and Life is losing one wisp after the next. As long as the Shredder is up, this is okay-ish. Shredder is not going to work though. And what's the Warden doing? Oh, getting so many footmen solo. You want to rotate them out anyway. Ideally not donate them all to the Warden, because Warden scales massively. Absolute carry. And now we get a Zeppelin drop. Archmage did a nice little dribble. Warden was about to snipe him. Warden is here though. Oh, the tele staff, amazing. Can we muscle up another Shadow Strike? Can we surprise? Oh, dodges the Fan of Knives with an invul. You freaking madman. He knew exactly this would be coming. Hits the perfect timing. Gorgeous, gorgeous Warcraft. And then he pauses the game to pat himself on the back. Probably has to change his pants as well. Glory, glory 40. That was so sick. And that saves his mid game. Bro. Invo potion. God. God timing. The perfect time. Jesus Christ. And here come the tanks. 40 is the general for a reason. And mech, like either gyros or tanks, are so hard to deal with from a Night Elf perspective. The tech is late. The bears are late. doesn't have an expo himself, so he can't really afford mass engines of war or a transition to talents, which would help because of Fairy Fire. There's no mercenary camp to get Mud Golem for slow, and there's no panda that has a chance to level yet. Plus, if he wants to go into... Oh, last hit. Any chancers? Gets level 5. Zombie mask for the Mountain King though. Nice. He's flexing now. Plus there shouldn't be a base harass because there's no blink, and for a Tome of Retraining, do you really want to spend the resources now to get away with from Shadow Strike into blink? Maybe it is necessary though. The few forces that are remaining are healing up. Archmage stopped at level 3 for the progress on the Mountain King. Double heal potion, assuming that life goes through with the Shadow Strike. Does Fan of Knife have a travel time? Actually, I do not know. We get an Invo potion. An anti-magic potion. Oh, life not dodging. And no... Oh, she does have blink. Oh, okay. Show no more Shadow Strike. He didn't want to reveal it too early. Now she heard though. Anti-magic up. And this is the way for the Warden to get to level 6. One step at a time. 40, surprisingly, not using the Zeppelin to save it. It's a little bit of an oversight. Warden now hurt, needs to tally back. In the meantime, 40 knows exactly that the Panda must be leveling. Question is where? Redo on the Warden is a lifesaver as the Warden blocked the way. This is the necessary HP. Big area of effect damage now against especially Footmen. Not as good against heroes, but against pretty much everything else. That allows the Panda and the Bears to creep the rest. Book of the Dead, no dispel on Fortitude. This could be a little bit of an issue, but as long as the Mountain King has the mana, there's still targets. Warden coming back. No mana on her, no orb on her, so she's basically a non-factor, allowing the Archmage to go for level 4. That is even more mana on the Mountain King alongside the Sobi Mask, so hammers for days. Breath of Fire this time not dodge point blank, but prevents more damage. And now has to take care of the tanks. And except the Shredder, there's no prep for this. There's no Ancient of War, losing Moonworlds now, life is supply blocked, still on one base. I think 40 knows exactly what to do now. Panda close to 3. Is Orb a must for Warden? I don't think so. It's a very nice addition. So if you can spend the resources, go for it. But it's not critical. You can get 1.5 bears for an orb. I would, at this point in the game, I would pick the bears. Big mana potion for the panda, but what's it worth if the panda is dead? Warden! Oh no! The staff was on the panda, so she blinks in. Without being able to do much. Damage was so much. He gets another bear here. Tri-hero combo, Knights Breakers. This was a risk that he had to take. I was very critical of Life's hero loss in the game versus Happy. Here, I totally understand it. Fortitude has a wonderful read of the game, knows where his opponent is. He could have gone to his natural, maybe. That would have been less risky. But then your opponent gets the big consumable and is even more ahead in the fight than he already was. 40 is not allowed to crumble. Life here. I'd be surprised if this is another Warden. It's not a Warden map, is it? Demon Hunter it is, okay. It's pretty much 50-50 at the moment, huh? Between Warden and Demon Hunter. Especially for like Life and Kaho. Okay, let's see if that makes a difference. And let's see if 40 is going for the same build. At the moment, we only see 2 farms. With an expansion, you always see more. Also going for an early tower. This might just be a tier 2 push. And Infi has shown that a tier 2 push can work very well. But that was against the Warden and not against the Demon Hunter. As a fighter on especially lower levels, Demon Hunter are always better. Items can help a lot here too. So the game's unfolding. I like this creeping. Demon Hunter gets gloves. Is he contesting the middle with immolation? Or is he going for harass immediately? Nope, that's exactly it. This camp determines pretty much who gets level 2 after the initial spot. If Life gets it, he's level 2. If 40 gets it... Both got a little. Who got the... Tuska. Null Brood goes to Life. That was a lot of kills in very quick succession. Demon Hunter still not level 2 because the little one is still available. This is how you start speaking when there's too much casting and too many words and too little breaks. It is the 4th farm now. Life is scouting again. This is crucial to know.
Player's forces are under attack.
If you have to prepare for a push or for a second base. Great timing by Life to send the Wisp back in. It was just Militia going out, so it was literally the perfect time. And this camp, while there's not the biggest reward, it's too tough to be crept by just a few militia alone. Because of healing, because of Sasquatch. And this will take Fortitude off the map. Life a little bit of time. He's teching. And going for the mercs. Life has had some very odd timing pushes versus human expansions. I've seen mass dryads, ancient protector, supported by mass mercenaries. This could be one of these pushes. Life has pretty much been a robot his entire career. Demon Hunter... Demon Hunter dryads, Naga bears. Or an occasional panda if the situation requires it. But with age, apparently, comes a bit of build creativity. Similar to Kaho developed a Tinker push versus human. But everybody should know that Fortitude has vicious counter pressure play. Creeping level 3 with Militia at the green, similar to what he did on Tidehunters. Yeah, this is more or less the same play Fortitude had on Tidehunters. Nice being a robot as he almost loses the H, not focus firing just one target. You know, robots can be faulty. They can malfunction, there can be bugs. There's nothing wrong with that. But this is the counterplay. He's going for the lures again. Similar to what ruined Life's game on map number 1. It is what made Infi so strong in their match, and it is now what makes 40 so strong. The use of footmen. It is a lot more stable though. What's the success rate of spell stealing of breakers? Do you mean if there's a chance to not steal the spell when a breaker targets the spell, it's always working. There's no chance involved, really. Oh, maybe that would be cool. Oh, Scourge Bone Chimes is amazing. Not if he wanted to go for the Dryad all-in, but he's not doing that, as you see on the tier 3. Oh, 40 with the wonderful timing. He just wants to water the plants, but he overdoes it. No cancel for life again. Doesn't get the wisp back. Loses a lot of timing. Fortitude is playing this incredibly well. Is it finally a moment where he also cracks the human Night Elf matchup? Because it feels like life has no answer for this level 3 push today.
A player's forces are under attack.
If you let a human expand without punishing it, that's what you get. Humans will run you over. And now, it's nicely fortified. It's a good sim city. There's an arcane up. There have been some intricate plays with like wisp into bases that are exposed to use immolation. He has immolation too, but currently didn't. Oh, it's another building dead.
A player's forces are under attack.
When it rains and pours. All the Night Elf fans, I'm very sorry. All the Infi fans, it's not looking good for you guys. To everyone who wants to see Happy versus 40, we kinda need a little miracle for that not to happen.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yep. Here I am, telling the viewers how Fortitude has a bad Night Elf matchup. Here is Fortitude clapping the #1 Night Elf in the world with 2-0 in 8 minutes. Boom, 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 boom. Easy as that. This game was over. Both games, similar recipe. Stable tier 1, easy level 3, expansion uncontested. Game.